engaging one of Toronto's largest and most influential ethnic groups, the Chinese community, to help us transform Sunnybrook's Schulich Heart Center. We're going to transform it into a state-of-the-art center that matches our research and our caregiver expertise with the physical facilities that will look after today's patients and create the care for tomorrow's patients. It will be unmatched in any other center in Toronto and indeed around the world, and ensure that we can support our gifted staff in saving lives today and beyond. We rely on the generous support of our donors to help us achieve our mission to care for our patients when it matters most in their lives, and to fulfill our vision of inventing the future of healthcare. Tonight, we're delighted to announce the creation of a special new group of community leaders from the Chinese community, the Honorary Patrons Council, a group that have already shown inspiring commitment to helping Sunnybrook at such an important phase in our capital expansion. The council members are its chair, John Mann, Honorary Patrons Council Chair and Managing Director, Asian Markets for Ontario, RBC Financial Group. Josephine Chen, Home Life Baby Realty Inc., Brokerage. Sarah Ching, Vice President of Allen's Food Group Inc. David Lam, President, Typhoon International Limited. Frank Luke, President of Supercom. Alan Poon, President of Allen's Food Group Inc. Ken Tam, Senior Vice President, Investment Advisor and Branch Manager, Nesbitt Burns. Council members who cannot attend today's conference are Henry Ching, President of DPI Media Group. Christopher Ho, Vice President, Best Choice Express and Delivery Limited. Chris Lee, Senior Investment Advisor, Dundee Securities Corp. Irene So, Vice President, RBC Investments. And Kenny Wan, Principal, Kenny Wan, Chartered Accountant Professionals Corporation. The efforts of the Council are further supported by the following community leaders and organizations from the Chinese community. Mr. and Mrs. Shun of Shun Can Wing Chinese Opera. Celine Chen. John Lung, past President of Toronto Chinese Business Association. Kathy Lin, President of the Chinese Canadian Times. Teresa Pang, President of Hu Investments Inc. Esther Wong, President of the Toronto Paragon Lions Club. And Lena Wong, First Vice President of the Toronto Elegant Lions Club. And finally, Ben and Mary Yip, owners, J.C. Whitehouse. I'm thrilled that the Honorary Patrons Council, together with community organizations and leaders, have pledged to raise $1.5 million to support the Schulich Heart Center and play a major role in meeting a challenge match we have before us to raise $10 million by December 31st. Jennifer Torrey will describe that effort in a few minutes. To all the members of the Patrons Council and the community leaders who are gathering here today to help us, thank you. Sunnybrook is deeply honored by your commitment to help us when it matters most. Again, thank you. Doje. Now it's my pleasure. Thank you. It's my pleasure to call upon the chair of our campaign and immediate past chair of the Board of Directors, an incredible, inspiring leader for Sunnybrook in all regards, Jennifer Torrey. Jennifer is currently president of the Greater Toronto Region, RBC Financial Group. Jennifer.
Thank you, Kevin. And when I came in this afternoon, it started to hail, so hopefully we'll keep you in here long enough that when you leave, it won't happen to you. To say that this hospital is a place that's very close to my heart and to that of my family would be, to put it mildly. And each year, thousands of patients depend on Sunnybrook for specialized, complex, and critical care. And many more benefit from a result of the wonderful research that is done here every day. Personally, I've been involved with Sunnybrook since the ripe age of 13, when I was what we call a candy striper, which is a volunteer who goes around the hospital doing whatever jobs they need done. And since those early days, my appreciation of the importance of this hospital and the role that it plays in this community has just been magnified 1,000-fold. And as the former chair of the board of Sunnybrook Foundation and the newly appointed campaign cabinet chair for Sunnybrook's ambitious expansion, I can see how firsthand how profoundly how important donors are to the hospital's ability to treat patients, conduct the research that I just described, and also to educate future generations of health professionals who come from all over the world to be able to learn some of the craft that is practiced at this hospital. My family also have a long history of donors' support to the hospital, and I'm very proud of our family association with the hospital. And for those of us who volunteer and give money to Sunnybrook, we do so because we want to save and change people's lives. And I am very pleased and so grateful that so many members, prominent members of the Chinese community are here today to officially accept a leadership role in fundraising for one of Sunnybrook's key programs, the Schulich Heart Center. We are here today because an anonymous donor has presented Sunnybrook with an opportunity and a challenge. We have until December 31st, 2008, where this donor will match all donations, dollar for dollar, raised for Sunnybrook Schulich Heart Center to a total of $10 million. And our donor has made this commitment to encourage other donors to get involved because the need for funding is so urgent. And we are so thrilled to have so many of you today join us to become part of this challenge and in joining the Honorary Patrons Council to pool your collective talents and connections to help us be successful now when it matters most. The Council's pledged contribution to the reconstruction of the Schulich Heart Center, our hospital's and city's world-class cardiac treatment center, is transformative and truly is remarkable. We are deeply indebted to you for your participation and your generosity, and so overjoyed to have such a wonderful group join us in our efforts and the efforts of the fine doctors who you'll hear from in a moment, who are doing great work every day to not just save lives, but also to come up with new ways to prevent heart disease. And we are very proud of the work that they do every day. So it makes a huge difference. So I just want to again say thank you very much for your support, for joining our Patrons Council, for your generosity, and most of all for having the belief that this hospital can be everything that we set out for it to be. So I'd now like to turn it over to my colleague and my friend, John Mann, the creative mind behind this initiative and the chair of the Honorary Patrons Council. John.
Thank you, Jennifer. I'm going to say something not in English because I think otherwise it will be too long. I'm going to say something in Cantonese. And if anyone doesn't know Cantonese, at the end of the meeting, come to me and I can say to you in English and Mandarin. 歡迎各位嘅光臨，各位好朋友，包括傳媒界嘅代表。今日我好高興咧，同大家介紹一個由新寧醫院同埋一班華人社區領袖組成獨一無二嘅慈善組合。呢個新寧醫院心臟中心榮譽籌募局。目前咧，我哋有12位社區領袖應承咗，同我哋喺2個月之內去承諾籌募150萬。其實大家諗下，我哋都係相當幸運，因為剛才大家參觀過呢個醫院。呢個醫院提供嘅服務咧係超水準嘅，同埋好多市民亦都可能會受惠於呢個醫院嘅新突破。榮譽籌募局嘅成立就係多謝新寧醫院咧喺過去嘅貢獻，同埋希望我哋可以推動幫助佢哋咧去改良心臟中心呢個設施，等更加多啲人受惠。呢個咧係我哋呢個任務。頭先 Jennifer 講過啦，我哋有一個善長，佢咧就對蘇力心臟中心承諾咗可以對等捐款到1000萬。各位，呢個唔係一個成日有嘅機會，我哋唔可以錯過。當新寧醫院接觸我，問我可唔可以揾華人社區出嚟支持呢個對等機會嘅時候咧，我唔敢怠慢，因為我覺得呢個機會一瞬即逝。如果我唔掌握咧，就會失咗佢。咁雖然我唔係社區領袖，但係我都答應咗。 不過戴咗之後咧，有幾晚瞓唔着，因為點解咧？因為依家個經濟情況得2個月時間，籌150萬，呢個係咪一個好大嘅挑戰咧？但係感謝神，佢俾我諗到一個咧眾志成城嘅方法。其實每一個人，你可能從你嘅父母或者你嘅家人、你嘅長者咧，都會接觸到心臟健康呢個問題，亦都會知道心臟治療同埋心臟救亡嘅重要性。悉尼醫院係喺心臟治療嘅領導者，佢有尖端嘅科學家，研究好多有效嘅成果。但係頭先大家見到一個超過40年嘅心臟中心，設施老化、空間不足，徒令呢一班科學家同埋醫護人員咧一籌莫展。咁所以我哋籌務局成立嘅目的咧，係希望可以幫助我哋改善呢一種情況。我哋有2個使命。第一個，我希望大家都做悉尼醫院心臟中心嘅大使，對你認識嘅每一個人都講俾佢聽，悉尼醫院係點樣去救助呢啲心臟病嘅人。悉尼醫院有尖端科學家，但係佢哋嘅空間缺乏、設施老化，有咩可以做到出嚟呢？不過有好消息，就係話有個善長喺12月31號之前，如果你哋可以籌到錢，佢會對等捐款去到1000萬。咁透過2個形式啦，一個就係你個人捐贈，或者係你去籌募。只要喺12月31號之前有承諾嘅話咧，就可以符合個條件，我哋可以攞到100萬變做300萬。我喺度咧，要一再同大家講，應該係最佳嘅時機，為悉尼醫院做一啲嘢。因為呢個時機可能過咗就冇啦。2月之後，嗰個喺前咗話你都籌唔到啦，我唔再俾你啦。咁我可以做到啲咩咧？咁所以呢個係一個最佳嘅時機。因為呢個籌款可以改善心臟中心嘅設施，使到更多人受惠，包括你識嘅或者你唔識嘅，甚至我自己都可能會受惠。咁呢個係我哋嘅力量唔會白費，因為會有一個城中所需要，同埋咧係我哋自豪嘅心臟中心。喺度我呢攞借呢個機會咧，多謝一班醫局嘅成員，因為我要向你哋敬禮，亦都好多謝各位朋友，你哋參與支持呢個運動。你哋所捐嘅1分1毫都會倍增。咁我一陣間會介紹一個好重要人物。I'm going to introduce a very important doctor, but before I'm doing that, Jennifer and I bought some lucky loonie. The lucky loonie for the 2012 Winter Olympics. So I want to give you luck. Use that $1 as a base and raise more money for Sunnybrook. Daisy, can you do that for me? So this is good luck to you all. And now I'm going to introduce a very important scientist and the chief of the Zurich Heart Center, Dr. Brian Gilbert. He's a man leading the team to do all research and save many, many lives. He will tell you something about how to save life and his expectation of the Heart Center in the future. Thank you.
Okay, now you can relax. I'm going to speak English now, so not to worry. Thank you, John, very much. Appreciated your introduction, and I appreciate everybody for coming here today. I mean, we are honored, we're privileged to have you here to become partners with us at Sunnybrook Health Science Center. The Schulich Heart Center at Sunnybrook is one of the largest and busiest cardiac centers in the country. Each year we perform over 6,500 procedures, 6,500 procedures that save and transform the lives of people within our community and across the province. As a recognized leader in patient care, we lead the way in achieving the best outcomes for our patients, and as a result often receive the most challenging cases. I know that my colleagues here, there's Dr. Jeff Pang, and you might recognize he's the one in the picture there, not the one lying down with the physician results. That's Dr. Pang and Dr. Ching Lau, who led one of the tours, one of our leading electrophysiologists, and Dr. Dennis Koh. Some of the people who went into the second cath lab saw him actually saving a life this afternoon. And these three are our leaders, some of our leaders in our interventional program, in our electrophysiology program. And they're the ones who set the pace, not only saving lives every day, but teaching the physicians of the future who will continue this. And they're very, very vital to our cause and what we do. The Schulich Heart Center has very gifted staff, and they are doing incredible work providing excellent care to the most critically ill heart patients. We focus our energy on achieving the very best outcomes for each patient and inventing the future of cardiac care, working to discover new, safer, and less invasive ways to treat a variety of conditions. When you consider that cardiac care does not cure our conditions, rather it prolongs life through interventions, and as a result, repeat procedures are often required, it becomes clear how these improvements have a direct and lasting impact on the patient's quality of life. Discoveries made by Drs. Ko and Lau and Pang by the center's internationally recognized cardiac leaders are significantly impacting the speed and standard of care provided at Sunnybrook and beyond our doors at other academic and community heart centers. Recent breakthroughs in our cardiac program, in which we are leaders, are the ability to perform emergency angioplasty to heart attack patients 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is replacing the previous treatment of using clot busters. Now the primary treatment is emergency angioplasty, primary angioplasty, and Drs. Pang and Dr. Ko are leading the way in this. Another new method of treating coronary arteries that has been overlooked until now is opening total blocked vessels, vessels that are completely occluded, and this is about 30% of the arteries that we see on the angiograms are totally occluded. And up until now, very few cardiologists have tried to open these vessels. And now with the leadership of scientists here at Sunnybrook, we're opening more of those vessels, and we're learning whether we should proceed or we shouldn't proceed. And it is truly groundbreaking procedures. The Schulich Heart Center is also the home for the Imaging Research Center for Cardiac Intervention, the IRCCI, and you all saw today. This is a place where clinicians and scientists and researchers use the latest imaging techniques to pioneer novel approaches to therapy and treatment. These and other advances have led to a significant impact on our patients, improving the outcomes, the need for fewer procedures and fewer days spent in the hospital, not just saving and prolonging life, but enhancing it so our patients can rejoin their families and lead productive, symptom-free lives. The Schulich Heart Center staff have managed to excel in their care of our patients despite the increased demand presented by the aging population and the limitations of the structure challenge to meet the needs of today's cardiac patients and their families, the infrastructure here at Sunnybrook. The shortcomings of our existing CCU, which you all saw today, are obvious and can hinder our goal of providing the best health care. The CCU, for example, was built in the 1960s, in 1968 to be exact. And at that time, it was a state-of-the-art facility, but that was over 40 years ago. The center is cramped and unable to accommodate the modern supportive equipment that we rely on to provide the highest standard of care. The equipment cannot fit into the room. This shortcoming results in unnecessary clinical risk, added discomfort, and a loss of privacy and dignity for our patients. One particularly difficult consequence is that physicians are regularly forced to discuss patient care in crowded hallways, and this is not good for the patients, and it's not appropriate for the families. The Schulich Heart Center staff have the talent, the expertise, and the dedication needed to conquer medical hurdles. What we need now to continue to provide the world-class cardiac care that our community relies on and prepare for the increasing demand for our services that the future will bring is a new facility that matches our talents. Fortunately, this facility is no longer just a dream. Its reality is taking form right now. The centerpiece of our campaign for the Heart Center and the bulk of the construction is the creation of a new cardiac acute care unit, the coronary care unit, which you saw upstairs. This will act as the center of care in the cardiac program. It will be the hub for the entire center and the principal area for treating our most acutely, critically ill cardiac patients. Cardiac patients see a stream of doctors, nurses, and caregivers during the course of their diagnosis, assessment, treatment, and recovery. The new CACU, the new coronary care unit, will enhance the quality of care we provide through larger patient and staff areas that are equipped with the latest equipment and technologies. The increased space will not only provide added comfort for the patients and have supportive equipment, it will allow us to perform several procedures at the bedside, eliminating the need to move frail patients around the hospital and freeing up critically needed surgical space. The redesigned space will also permit all our divisions of the team to provide a continuum of care and aid in the development of leading-edge model for patient flow in and out of our procedural areas and the hospital in general. Additional surgical suites, catheterization labs, and support team resources will be close within the CCU, the coronary care unit, and the IRCCI. This proximity will ensure that the technologies developed by our scientists and our physicians, improving early detection and treatment, can be quickly translated into daily care. Simply put, this new CACU will provide the best clinical arena to treat patients, invent new procedures and treatments, and train the next generation of cardiologist specialists. This is important for all of us, and it's especially important for your community and our community. Many of you have listened to the news today and heard from the Canadian Cardiovascular Society meetings that evidence has shown that Asians, Southeast Asians, the Chinese, have a higher percentage of coronary disease that we treat than many other groups of people. And not only do the Chinese have a higher incidence of coronary disease, but new Chinese Canadians, people who come to the Canada, have additional risks put on them. They have been found, and this research has been reported today, that these new Chinese Canadians and other new groups that come to Canada develop coronary artery disease faster than their risk factors would suggest. If you take all the other risk factors, age, diabetes, hypertension, smoking, and compare them, and if they're all equal, new Canadians, Chinese Canadians still have higher incidence of coronary disease. So it's especially important. And the question is, why? Nobody really knows why. Obviously, some of it is genetics, but a lot of it is the stress put on new Canadians, new Chinese Canadians, people coming to a new culture, a new diet, new job realities, and with the language challenges and the healthcare challenges, this added stress does probably lead to more coronary disease. So it's important to all of us to be able to provide all the communities, your community and all the other communities, all the Canadians, with the best care possible. And that's what Jeff and Dennis and Ching and our whole group are dedicated to doing. And with your help, we'll be able to achieve our goals. So I want to thank you from all the cardiologists, the cardiac surgeons, the vascular surgeons, the scientists in the Schulich Heart Program, and all the group for your partnership in allowing us to achieve our goal. Thank you very much.
Dr. Gilbert, thank you. We are indeed thrilled with what you and Dr. Lau and Dr. Pang co-achieve each and every day here. You truly do save lives. We literally did see someone whose life was being intervened as we spoke and we witnessed this afternoon. We saw the change that someone felt due to Dr. Koch's work, and we're extremely grateful and honored to have this group of physicians here. We have them here, as Dr. Gilbert has pointed out, because of the facilities that people like you, the Honorary Patrons Council, and our donors give to us through your very generous donations. By stepping forward today, you're putting your reputations, your names beside Sunnybrook, and we truly are honored for your giving us this. John, thank you for leading this effort, along with Jennifer as our campaign chair. You're our volunteer leadership who inspire, who bring together people like those in the room this evening, and mobilize the forces to give the resources to our incredible team of researchers and physicians who will indeed save lives and define how that will happen in the future. Now it's my pleasure to ask if there are any questions from the group or any members of the group wish to say anything to their colleagues in the room this evening. Shy, quiet group. We're all wet from the rain. Yes, thank you.
How are you going to use the money, use the funds?
It's a wonderful question, thank you. We will be using the funds to create 3 new state-of-the-art patient wings on the 3rd floor, consolidating the Schulich Heart Center in one physical space and ensuring that the physicians and patients have the most current equipment and facilities to care for patients who are sick with a cardiovascular, cardiological, or vascular disease. So it's going to be new rooms, new equipment, and new facilities, new surroundings for our patients. Dr. Gilbert, did you want to add anything?
No, I mean, that's it exactly. It's new facilities. Everybody in this room went through the coronary care unit at the CACU. As I said, that was built in 1968, and it's just in desperate need of an upgrade. And that whole unit is going to be moved to a larger unit in the next wing. That's in C wing. That's in B wing currently. It's going to be in C wing. It's going to be twice the size. Instead of having 10 rooms, it'll have 12 rooms, but the rooms will be much, much larger, and it'll be state-of-the-art, and it'll be in the proper place where we can care for these patients. So that's driving it. When that moves from the B wing to the C wing, all on the 3rd floor, we will renovate the current B wing for what we call a short stay unit, a step-down unit. And then our other wing, the D wing, we will bring our cardiac surgical patients and our cardiology patients and amalgamate that unit. So the vision of the heart program and the hospital is to put all the heart program on one floor, the cancer on another floor, the trauma on another floor, and we'll be able to provide a better continuum of care when we do that. So the heart program is leading it. So the money will go, we hope, in initially rebuilding the coronary care unit. That's our greatest need, and that's going to start everything moving.
Thank you. Other questions or other comments? Yes.
So the pledge can be made over a period of how long?
Thank you. It's a wonderful question. Again, we're asking to meet our deadline of December 31st to generate the match from an anonymous donor. We need a pledge, a commitment made by December 31st. Pledges can actually be paid over a period of years following that, and it's flexible depending upon the individual donor. So we make sure we meet each donor's, each philanthropist's needs.
I do have one story to tell because that gave me a lot of encouragement. Ellen was the first one I approached. She said yes right away. So that carried me on to other council members. They all say yes. So I want to thank Ellen as a very good start.
Any other questions? You can, by the way, for those members of the media, for individuals, please, we are all here after the formal proceedings end, and we're very pleased. We love to talk about this, both the philanthropy side and how we can meet our challenge match by December 31st, but also about the care, the research, and what we're achieving with your funds. If there are no other formal questions, then a few procedural things. If I could ask our Honorary Patrons Council members to come up to the front to receive a small token of our appreciation. If I could ask Jennifer to help me in this. Our team here will facilitate the transfer. I call you up, and please come and receive our gift, a small symbol of our appreciation to each of you. So first, I've asked John, would you could lead the way as you did taking upon our request to help us, a gift, please. Joining John, Josephine Chen. Josephine, you will. Thank you, Sarah Chain. David Lamb. Yes, please, if we could stay up here for a photo once the whole group is assembled, we'd be grateful. Frank Booth, please. Frank. And next, Ellen Booth. Ellen. And finally, I invite Ken Camp. So, ladies and gentlemen, you will allow our media colleagues to take a few photos and then join me in congratulating and thanking the members of the Honorary Patrons Council. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
1, 2, 3 here. One more time. You like to join, Kevin?
Yes.
Maybe just beside here. Here. Yeah. Yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3 here. Jennifer, look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3 here. Okay, this way, please.